good morning, and welcome to ONNtv Mornings with Luann and Tim. Gosh, it's a lovely day.
Oh, Mama, it was dark this morning when I woke up. Must have been pitch
black. Turn the lights on for the car.
Really? It was pitch black at what time? 4:45 for you?
Yep. And raining.
I think I woke up at 5:45, looked out the window and went, what, is it daytime or nighttime?
Yeah, it's kind of gloomy.
Gloomy.
But we need it.
Well, it's going to save me on my PUC bill for watering my lawn and my flowers.
Ah, there you go.
Right.
Plus, I was thinking bigger besides
you were thinking forest fires.
Like forest fires and people who have to evacuate as opposed to your flowers.
Come on.
I mean...
Thank you for making me feel really selfish and out of touch with...
my pleasure.
So, but are they getting rain down there?
I don't know if they're getting enough.
Eesh.
Yeah, we're still
Wait, Mike just said something. What are they getting, Mike? They're not getting anything down there yet.
Nothing.
Shoot. And he's got friends. Our friend, the voice in my head, Mike, he has friends that are 5 kilometers away from the fires in Perry. Is this his cousin?
A cousin.
In Perry Sound.
Yeah, so we get footage from them.
They're being evacuated?
So, yeah, it's kind of scary.
Imagine. This is Ontario. Then I saw the helicopter footage from that one in California.
Whoa, it's huge, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, they've named it, is it the car fire or something?
Yes.
I don't even know. What is going on? But there's no global warming.
No, it's good that there isn't. And you know what, speaking about weather, I was on Twitter this morning, and you know when you go shopping, do you bring the cart back to the corral?
Always.
Do you leave it? Me too.
Listen, that makes Bowser crazy because we'll go to, when I park.
It makes Jim nuts that I go do that.
I put them away on my way into the store. Like I'll pull into a parking lot, and if there's a stray buggy, I will either take it, I will walk across and get it, or I'll put it in the rack and then go in the store.
Oh, why don't you do that?
No, Keith is like, why do you do that? I said, well, because chances are it was a senior citizen and it was hard for them to put, so I'm returning it for them. Then sometimes it's just like you want to yell at somebody and say, put that cart back, you're young and healthy.
Right, when you pull into a parking
and
spot
there's a cart,
it drives me out of my mind.
So what is the
and
story?
Jim always says to me, when I put the carts back, Jim always says, you know you're taking work from some kid, right? No,
well,
I'm taking frustration levels away from other people.
And the kid's on shift anyway. I mean, he's in there. I think that I could be wrong.
Well, he's not just doing carts for 8 hours.
He's probably stocking shelves and doing all kinds of other stuff, and he probably hates the fact that he has to go outside.
Put your carts back, like this lady did.
What lady?
There's a lady in Florida.
Okay.
She, you know, the U.S. coast is getting blasted right now. Flood warnings, the wind is crazy. There's footage on Twitter. This lady, it's so bad the weather that she's the only car in the parking lot. She's the only one. Yeah.
I gotta stop.
So she's throwing stuff in her little SUV, and then she shuts her down, and then she takes the time to bring the cart to the corral.
In this terrible storm?
It's like her coat's like sideways. You know what? Awesome. Good for you.
She's my kind of lady.
Absolutely.
I actually, one time, there was a gentleman, and he did that thing with his cart, left it sitting there, and he actually left it there and it rolled. And he's getting in his car and getting ready to go, and the cart rolled and hit another car. And he just started to drive. Well, no, Bowser and I stopped him. Right.
Good for you.
You. No. And Bowser stood in front of the car, and I went to his window and I knocked on his window, and I said, did you see what you just did? Go put that cart away.
Did you?
Yeah, but he wouldn't do it, but we did it. But we gave him proper heck.
Right on. You're lucky you didn't get beat up.
He was not able to do that.
Oh, that's why you were brave.
Yeah, because he was about 50, 60 years. Well, how old am I? Wait, he was my age.
Yeah, really.
He didn't look as good as me. You know why? Because he didn't pole dance. He didn't belly dance. He didn't do any of those athletic things that I do.
He doesn't sing in the morning.
He didn't play baseball.
The cart thing is kind of like parking in a handicapped spot when you're not a handicapped person.
You know?
Oh my gosh, I can't stand that. My dad had an artificial leg. So over the years, his other leg failed, and so, you know, he needed to park there. Couldn't stand that he had to park there.
In handicapped zones?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it bothered him so much because he was so proud. And now when I see people who are just like, you know what? Yeah. Don't wish that on yourself.
Don't poke the bear. On a rainy Thursday morning.
On a rainy Thursday.
Don't poke the bear.
No poking the bear.
We have a lot. You know what? Never mind the weather. The weather outside may be frightful, but in here it's absolutely delightful. Because I'm joined this morning by Josh Ingram from the Downtown Association. I think that Josh Ingram is doing a terrific job.
I do too. I have to say, we've heard more about the Downtown Association since Josh has come on board.
And the parties.
Not that the others haven't.
What others?
I
never knew them. I wasn't on TV then. I didn't care.
Okay.
All I know is that I went to that mixer on Saturday.
And you mixed it up.
Oh, we had such a great time. And that's just, pardon me, that's just one of the many things that are going on in with the Downtown Association and the street parties and so many events. So Josh,
it's a good chance to be a tourist in your own city, right?
Right.
I never go downtown
And
just because I'm not close.
I have not hung out downtown in years. Well,
Right?
I used to love, when I was a kid on Saturdays, you know, I'd get up in the morning and that was it. I would go downtown and hang out. I'd walk the streets. And then,
I bet you did.
and then we'd go to a matinee at one of the movie theaters, and then we'd still go. Then we'd go to shop. Yeah, it was downtown was the place to be.
Yeah, right after I married Jim, I lived downtown.
Oh.
In Wellington.
Oh yes.
In a 100-year-old house.
That's where I grew up.
So awesome. And like seriously, just walking around is so. But
Anyway.
now you go and there's so many different stores.
Really great stores.
And I feel bad. I feel like you're not a very good citizen. You know, you don't even know what's
I
in
say
your
that
own
about
city.
you all the time. So maybe you could come out with me and hang out.
I'm not going
downtown.
anywhere with you.
Okay.
So there, forget it.
Anyway, Josh is here.
Josh is here.
Now let's be nice.
Okay.
And then, oh my gosh, Luann.
What?
You saw my painting. I did a paint night. And here in the studio, Janelle Tang came by from Paint Nite, and we spent time together, and I actually did it.
I can't believe how quick that was.
Quickly. Well, we did it really fast. We worked hard
Oh,
because
so
we
you pushed it.
We did. Normally she spends like an hour. I think it's an entire evening that they spend together when they do the paint nights.
Yes,
But
that's what I
anyway,
thought.
we have some video of that.
Did you have booze?
When? Here in the
Yes.
studio? No. You'll see. I had
What's the point of painting with no booze? Why would you do that? Why? Why would you? Intervention.
Yeah. Paint night intervention
It's
for
beautiful
Luann.
though. You should see
My
it.
painting?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, it's lovely.
We have. Oh, okay. So what? Oh, so that's coming up in the second part of the show. Me doing paint night, and you have
Yes.
news.
I have news.
You
yes,
always
all
have
day.
the news.
Yes, we have the latest update on the forest fires here in northeastern Ontario. Boy, they're just people are hanging on. You know, so hopefully the winds. They actually they found that the big one, Parry Sound 33, is even bigger than they thought, and it's not necessarily because it's grown, but because it's cleared enough so that they can actually see the boundaries of the fire.
Oh.
Yeah, so we'll give you some details on that coming up in
Oh
news.
boy, we're lucky to be where we are today.
Aren't
then,
we?
in
Aren't
the
we? I'm
rain.
lucky to be here with you, Tim.
I feel the same, Mama. We'll be back with Josh Ingram, whom we both adore.
Yes, we do.
After this commercial break, there's more Mornings with Luann and Tim, lots more coming up, so don't go anywhere. Josh Ingram in the studio. Good morning, Josh.
Hi Tim, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. I hear you're maybe feeling a little under the weather today.
I am. I hope I don't spread anything, but I'm so grateful you still have me on. Thanks so much.
Well, that's okay. So, Josh, the thing, what I wanted to ask you.
Right?
So, you heard me talking to Luann about the mixer.
Yeah, you guys
Saturday.
lied about me real good. Thanks so
We
much.
lied.
You guys are real professionals. We love Josh. When he comes down, he's great. And then we cut, and you should see how they treat me.
We gave him the virus he currently has.
That's right, yeah.
No, so Saturday, not
Yeah.
only was the weather gorgeous, Brown Manali was incredible playing with the trio, plus Brown Manali plus one.
Yeah.
Thanks to Lop Lops and Steve Alexander for providing the entertainment.
Totally, absolutely.
Plus, Wanda Mackey out there serving up stuff in front of the Grand Theater.
Just slinging booze
It
in her
was so
patio.
nice to see her out there doing that.
Yeah, Wanda's great.
The chess set out there. People were actually playing the chess on the street.
Yeah.
There you had street badminton set up.
Yeah. We have a whole bunch of jumbo games that different businesses, Stork and Bundle, different businesses sponsored this year to bring some life to some of the parks. parties, give a little more content, right? Easy to transport, take in and out. Fringe North and the Arts Council were down with some of their people promoting their event. They had clowns.
They were handing
down,
flyers out. They had clowns down there.
cotton candy, you know.
Yeah,
like
I
there
had
was-
popcorn.
There you go. There you go.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
there was tons.
Really affordable stuff too. I
Yes.
mean, it was, you could go down there on a shoestring budget and have a great time. Well, everything was basically the entertainment. All the other stuff is free. I mean, and it wasn't just badminton. It wasn't just kids playing. These were like,
Oh yeah.
like everybody's playing badminton.
The last mixers, the boys from Shape the Sioux at City Hall were going at it back and forth, and they were in it. They were in it to win it. So.
Now that block party was that East Street to Brock Street? That one? I'm trying to.
Yep,
Yeah, it
that's
was right.
Yep.
And it seemed like it was huge. I mean, and you said the turnout was. What do you figure?
You know what? We 2 weeks ago we had a really good start, a couple hundred down. This party on Saturday, we had more consistent traffic. We think we may have touched 500.
And for people who don't understand the concept, the entire block was licensed.
It's awesome.
So you could just wander up and down the street with a beer or a wine in your hand.
Luann asked, why would you paint without booze? I mean, if you want to go down and listen to a band or want to play badminton without booze, what's the point? So you could do that at our mixers.
I'm fine without the booze, but because I just love
Some people
the jazz.
don't, right?
The jazz intoxicates
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
and the weather was on your side, man.
Perfect. It was
Oh.
perfect. We have I don't even want to say it, but we have a no-hitter for weather this year.
Okay.
Everything's been great, so
Okay, but
that's it.
don't jinx
That's
it.
Yeah.
So now, and this. Wait a second. I was looking what's coming up. This next, it's not a mixer. It's a.
Yeah, it's our second street
But
party.
it's big though.
Yeah, it's not a mixer.
huge-
It's our street party series.
It's a bigger block.
That's right. It goes from Brock to Elgin.
That's a huge chunk of downtown,
Two
man.
blocks. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like our July 19th party.
Because that incorporates March and everything, doesn't it?
That's right, and that stage is pumping from 6:20
You doing the
to
March
11
Street
o'clock.
stage?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, again, I don't know whether people pay attention. I'm nervous that people don't know what's like.
Sure.
Don't pay attention.
Sure.
People, if you're driving down Queen Street and you get to the bottom of March, look to your left. The city's put in this really cool permanent installation. It's
Yeah.
a stage. There's seating. It's amazing. It's fabulous. So you've got people
Awesome.
booked in there.
It's awesome. Yeah, all night long, 4.5 hours.
Do you know who's booked, or is that too much to ask? you?
Yeah, no, we released it yesterday. So we have Cherry Crush and Northwest are playing. We have an acoustic act right at the beginning, Michael Dempster, and then we have Boneyard, Greg Simpson, and the boys from Boneyard, and then our headliner is the Hustle Brothers, Jay Case's jazz band. They played at the Chamber Awards.
No, my.
Yeah.
You got okay. And this is free?
Free. You just come down.
No. The bands you just mentioned, okay.
Yeah.
When you talk about, what was the one, not Jay's,
Boneyard.
these guys have been playing for 30 years.
Yeah, seriously.
Some of them 20. But anyway, these guys have always been, they never fail to
Phenomenal.
entertain. The music is great, amazing vocals, Greg Simpson, like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
He
then
knows
of
what he's
course,
doing.
JK's.
Right?
You can't touch these bands as far as the quality of the music that they play and how entertaining they are as stage bands. These are show bands.
Yeah, we're so proud of the lineup this year. I feel we're adding a real level of legitimacy to the content this year, as opposed to like whoever can play, come on down. We got some real acts coming down.
And Jay's band, the horns.
Oh man,
Come on, like no, you know
something for everybody too, right? Classic rock, a little modern
And
country.
the afternoon you said was some country and some acoustic stuff.
We got an acoustic act that kicks off. Then we do some pop rock. We do some '90s throwback. Then we go into the classic
Man.
rock and country, and then we do jazz. I mean,
What date?
It's August 9th. Starts at 6 p.m.
August the 9th is what day of the week?
Thursday.
That's cool.
Yeah, because if you want to go out to camp, you're heading out to camp, you can still come out, have a pint, enjoy yourself for a little while, go home and pack. You still have an opportunity to come down.
Give
enjoy
yourself,
something in
if you
town.
have a pint, you have 1 hour.
Yeah.
One drink an hour, and you
Perfect.
should be okay. And if you're concerned, then you can get one of those little keychains, and you blow into it, and it tells you whether you're legal to drive. But usually, on a full stomach, with 1 drink an hour, you don't exceed that, you should be okay to drive.
You're good
if
to
you're
go.
just going down for a street party. But of course, you don't have to have a drink. The party is going to be great without the alcohol.
Absolutely.
But the whole, once again, the 2 blocks licensed.
No, but we have really
Tents.
big beer gardens.
Beer gardens.
They fit 900 some people in it. So there's multiple ones. So there's still plenty of room. Don't forget the kids' activities. We've got bouncy houses, fringe festival performers, and buskers are coming down. We have
Wait, August the what night?
The 9th, yeah.
Ooh, that's the Thursday. That's
right.
the night before my show opens, my Fringe Festival
Your Fringe
show.
Festival.
My show's at the Windsor Park.
Life's a drag.
Life is not a drag.
Life is not a drag. Sorry.
Life is not a drag.
Whoops.
No, that's okay. Life can be a drag, but my life is not a drag.
Not today.
So wait a second now. I'm getting confused. The kids.
Yes. Lots of kids programming too, just like the last party. We had big beer gardens and bands, but we also had, arts councils doing arts battle. We have those jumbo games down again. So there's lots of stuff for the kids, cotton candy.
Okay, we're going to take a quick commercial break.
Sure.
When we come back, we're going to finish up talking about that party.
Okay.
Because I want to get that straight in my head. And then we're going to go on talking about some of the other stuff you have coming up.
Deal.
Okay, so stay with us. We'll be right back. Mornings with Luann and Tim and Josh Ingram from the Downtown Association right after this. We get the best service here at ONNtv. Look what showed up during the commercial break.
Name on it and everything. You can't beat that.
Tell them who delivered it.
Luann delivered it.
Luann herself. Mom brought me coffee.
Now I'm in trouble.
You didn't get coffee because you need to stay healthy and have electrolytes.
Yeah, I got a 6-pack of Gatorade right behind there.
Okay, so I just want to get everything clear about the street party is on. Is it a mixer or because
there's two things. Yeah, the mixers are all Saturday afternoons in one block, and then the street party series makes its way down Queen Street every month.
Now I get it.
Yeah.
So when you did the opening of Rotary Fest,
yes,
that was a street party.
That's right.
That was that block all the way down by like Pym Street and whatever.
That's
like
right.
Old Stone House block.
That's right.
Now this last one I was at on a Saturday was a mixer.
Yeah, if you're downtown on Queen and you can drink on the street, you're at a mixer on Saturday.
Because I wondered why, just previous to the mixer, Jade Wellness, we had them on the show, and they were the sponsor for their.
They were the title sponsor. That's right.
For their street party.
That's right. So
and then they're like right after there was another party on the same block, but that was a mixer.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Cool.
So August 9th, Street City Realty downtown street party.
Street City Realty.
That's right. They're our title sponsor for
Are they a newer realty company?
They are, but they've been members of the Downtown Association. They're inside of our boundaries, and they've been members for about a year, I want to say now.
Well, good for them for getting the exposure. This is a good thing. Another great thing for the exposure for businesses, because I would not I hadn't heard, no offense, Street City Realty, but I'm glad you're doing this because now I know that you exist and that you're downtown and that you have a real sense of community spirit because you're a title sponsor for a street party.
Oh, it's true. We've had some members really show up and really support these parties and
It's win-win.
Absolutely.
Because they're getting themselves exposure in the community, and we're all having a great time thanks to them.
Yeah, we got some awesome sponsors. I mean, you guys are our media sponsor, Sue Online, and we have absolutely, PUC is our print sponsor. We have the Career Center is one of our sponsors. Savoy's OLG is sponsored our acts for the August 9th party. I'm sorry I can't list them all, but we really have some people who've really shown up and really invested in what it means to be community, what it means to have a party downtown and bring some life.
I've also seen that you've taken up some of the suggestions, recommendations from Roger Brooks.
Absolutely.
Now, this was a gentleman, for anybody who hasn't watched the show, because I've been talking about Roger.
Yep.
I thought his stuff was amazing.
Yeah.
3 hours he sat and talked to you guys.
He sure did.
Boy, he gave you an earful.
He sure did.
But he had some really great stuff, and he didn't pull any punches. But I've already seen the developments and the changes that you are implementing.
Oh yeah.
Some of his recommendations, and it's making a difference.
Yeah. There's no more time to just sit around and talk about stuff. Mm-hmm. We gotta talk about stuff, make a good plan, but then enact that plan, and that's really what our board is trying to do.
You and your board must be pretty excited about the upcoming municipal elections.
We are.
You know why? Because I'm just thinking there's a lot of fresh blood coming out.
Yep.
A lot of younger people putting their names on the ballots, and I just figured it's going to be a really cool infusion. We know that there's a couple of amazing councillors who done great work. Susan Myers, for heaven's sakes,
Councillor Butlin. Yep.
They're stepping down for now after amazing careers in municipal politics, but that's opening up some seats for some people who might have some really fresh new ideas as well.
Yeah, Tim, and it's not as splashy, but we're really interested too because our election timeline follows the same timeline as the municipal elections for the Downtown Association board. So we're going to have maybe some fresh blood or new faces around our table that same month. So it'll be really interesting to kind of, breathe a little fresh life into it. I think our board is active and dynamic as it is. If we have some people who decide that it's time to let somebody else have a turn or what that looks like, we'll nominate a new executive and things like that. And I think it's great. I'm really looking forward to also being an employee while we have a new board, as opposed to coming into a board that's already made some headway. So
it's going to be interesting for you.
Yeah, for sure.
And something else that I've noticed is I've been paying less attention to things like Algoma Steel.
Sure.
And more attention to the other stuff going on in the city.
Sure.
It's taken my mind off the negative stuff, or the stuff that's kind of uncertain. And we're dealing now in positives and in certainty and in future and in excitement and energy and revitalization. And I think that's a great thing for our city.
I think we need to plow a trail, in regards to economic development for the small guy. And we also need something to give us a little bit of a breather. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So now let's talk about what's coming up in the future, Josh. We know that August 9th is our next street party, and that's going from
Brock to Elgin.
Brock to Elgin starts at
6 p.m.
Streets are closing down at what time?
Streets will close around 3.
Just so your drivers can be aware,
Yep.
Queen Street at Brock will be closing down on Thursday the 9th.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock to set up for the street party.
That's right. Party starts at 6, goes all the way to 11:30.
And a lot of those stores are going to be open late, aren't they?
Absolutely. Big deals.
Big deals. And that's something else that Roger talked about, was keeping stores open later for people who get off work at 5 o'clock and want to go shopping.
Absolutely.
So this is a great idea. And food, everything for kids, entertainment.
It's great.
What's coming up in the future then? Other dates?
We have 2 more mixers this summer, because we were doing 2 a month. So if you can't make it to the 9th, the 11th we have a mixer.
Right away, 2 days later?
2 days later.
Which block?
It's the same block, east to Brock Street. Every mixer is the same block. Then the 25th of August is our last mixer.
Okay, that's going to be huge.
I hope so.
Let's all go out.
Same space, east to Brock Street.
Okay.
All the mixers are 1 to 6 o'clock every other Saturday. If you're confused, call the Downtown Association, go on the Facebook page. You'll see it.
It's all there.
Yeah.
Josh Ingram from the Downtown Association. You know where to go for the information. It's everywhere. And thank you again for being here.
Thanks
Always
for having me,
pleasure.
Tim.
If I get
now
sick,
you got a virus,
I'm going to go take this hand. I'll never wash this
Give
hand.
Luann a high five.
Yeah. She gave it to me the last time.
Oh, no.
What am I going to say? Oh, you're going to come back in the future.
Yes.
Closer to the dates of the other mixers and stuff.
We got September parties.
Woohoo! Stay with us. Luann's coming up with the news right after this on Mornings with Luann and Tim. We'll see you in a minute. Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim. Josh Ingram is just the most delightful guy. Mm-hmm. Even when he's sick.
He's got it together, huh?
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to continuing to party on Queen Street for the rest of the summer. Woohoo.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Get to know your Queen Street.
How's your morning going, Luann?
Awesome, awesome. Hey, you know what? Yesterday we were talking about how Seth Rogen is going to voice, or has voiced, some announcements for the TTC in Toronto.
Don't clip your fingernails on public transit.
And don't eat your dinner on the train.
Okay.
And he's kind of cranky about it.
Seth is?
Yeah.
Is he doing different voices? I haven't seen
No,
this.
just him.
Just him.
Just kind of cranky though.
And is this voiceover, Luann, or is this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you'll hear it in the...
You'll actually hear it in the subways and on the transit.
Can you imagine?
That's funny.
Yeah,
That's clever.
Yeah, very much so. Do you remember Tommy Chong?
Yeah, Cheech and Chong, yeah.
Well, apparently he unofficially auditioned to do the voice for Edmonton's transit system. Wow, man. Take the train, but be careful, man.
If you don't know Cheech and Chong, if you're too young, go YouTube something, because they had some of the Up in Smoke was their movie.
Hilarious.
We had their albums. We had their comedy albums.
Oh my gosh,
about the two guys walking
so
through, and he's like, "Is that dog poop? Looks like dog poop."
Yeah.
Smell it. I'm not gonna smell it. Smell it.
And the one scene on the movie.
And then he's like, "Taste it." I taste it. Tastes like dog poop. It's a good thing we didn't step in it.
I didn't never hear that.
You hadn't heard that one? That's a whole routine. These two guys
Whenever
walking along.
I think of the movie, I always think of that scene where they're imbibing in the, at that time, illegal consumption of marijuana, in a car.
The smoke.
Windows done right up. The smoke, you can't even see them. And they're like, wow, man, this car is really cruising along. And they're parked. It's so funny.
So Tommy,
you have to find Up in Smoke, the movie. It's hilarious if you don't know.
his daughter, Ray Dawn Chong, remember her?
Yes.
Yeah, she, I think she was nominated for an Academy Award at one time.
Actress, right? I was going to say actress.
Also
or
a
singer?
Canadian-born Ray Dawn Chong actress. Yes, and there was some caveman movie a gazillion years ago
Oh,
that she
yes,
starred. Remember that?
right?
She starred on that. She had a non-speaking role, but she was brilliant.
Because she didn't speak.
No, it was because that's how good an actress she is.
Oh, good recall. Good on you. Look at you. Just picked that right up.
Yeah.
You know what else? Snow
No.
days. We're not thinking snow days.
What are you talking about, snow days?
Yeah. But there, apparently in South Carolina, a school board there is looking at having no more snow days. Because if they call a snow day, they're going to have courses available online for the kids to do.
So that if you don't go to school because of the weather, you're going to have to stay at home and go to school? Oh my gosh!
Like, is that pushing too much, do you think?
Well, I don't know. You know what though?
Right.
If you got it, you got to stay online. I mean, you think about when people go on strike. You want
Right.
you want the classes to continue.
Or
so what?
sometimes the buses don't run, but the schools are open. So
Some kids are going and they're getting their education, and other kids are
don't.
sitting home watching Huckleberry Hound. You know.
Yes,
so
exactly.
I was a kid
or
watching Huckleberry
mornings
Hound.
with Luann and Tim.
Yeah.
Speaking of, stay tuned because we have so much more coming up.
We
on
have Paint
mornings.
Night. Wait till you see our picture.
Oh gosh.
I
Yeah.
have put the picture up. Oh, there we are, Lou.
That's us painting.
That's us painting. So Paint Night is coming up on the next segment of Mornings with Luann
That's
and
Tim
Tim.
with the mustache. Kinda matches
Get us
my
out
hair.
from under, Wonder Woman. Okay, we'll be back with Paint Night and Mornings with Luann and Tim right after this message. Stay with us. Hey, Lou, let go. One of the paintings that you are looking at, I first saw at Loud and Proud for Pride Fest last week, and I invited the lady who runs Paint Night, Janelle Tang, to come and visit me in the studio today, and here she is. Hi, Janelle.
Hi, how are
Well,
you?
I'm well, thanks. Welcome to Mornings with Luann and Tim.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. So, I did not realize that Paint Night is sort of a license agreement.
Yes.
So you have opened this as a business in Sault Ste. Marie.
Yes.
How long ago did you start Paint Night, Janelle?
My first event was March 9th, 2015. So almost.
You over 3 years now. That's amazing.
I know, it's been a
And
while.
I've seen over and over again. We have a thing on Sioux Online called the Community Calendar.
Yep.
And so often I see Paint Night, Paint Night, Paint Night. And I thought, well, this is crazy. So many people are doing these paint nights at different locations. But I thought that it was just people put on their own paint nights.
Yeah.
Not the case at all. You are the paint night person.
Yeah.
And your team of how many?
We do. We have four. I currently have 4 people, 4 artists working for Paint Nights, and we do events around town at different venues around town.
Now that's pretty cool that you staff 4 people. So I mean, because it's not very common for artists like yourself or
Yeah.
or like myself. I'm not a painting artist though, but to actually be able to make some money
Yeah.
in your field as an artist, that's
know.
pretty cool. I'm sure that they're very grateful to you for offering that opportunity.
Yep.
So you got the license to hold paint nights.
Yep.
And that's spelled N-I-T-E, right?
NITE. Yes.
And they're all over the world.
Yeah, there's some in the U.S. It started in U.S. in Boston, I think, in 2013. Before I came over to Canada in 2014.
Okay.
And there's some in the UK, I believe some in Africa.
No
That's probably
kidding.
the furthest away. And I think there was some in Brazil for a while.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know any of that stuff.
Yeah.
That's why you're here. So, what's the response been like in the last 3 years?
It's been very good. So we host about 3 to 6 events a week, depending on the seasons. Paint Night is quite seasonal. During the summertime, it's a little bit slower because everyone
Wants to be outside.
Yes.
Right,
So
I
we
understand
started
that.
outdoor events this year.
Well, the one you did, pardon me for drinking my coffee while you're talking, the one you did at Loud and Proud was sort of indoor outdoor.
Yeah.
We were in the bush playing, but the doors were open, so it was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you were outside.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Well,
It's
and
great.
you play music, and people are just so relaxed. See, I didn't know how it worked.
Yeah.
the whole concept is that everybody gets their blank canvas. Do you provide everything?
Yeah, we provide everything. We clean up the mess after you leave, so that's a big bonus. You don't need to worry about that. And you get to go home with more than a headache or a hangover after you go out at night, you know?
And it all depends where the thing is. I mean, it can be, if you're at a licensed venue, then you could be having cocktails while you paint, or if it's just something more like a senior citizen fundraiser or something, or you do family things too with you kids. You do, well, the giraffe that we saw in the opening shot. I don't know whether or not you want to go back to the opening shot again. You use the giraffe for children's parties?
Yeah, so we do all ages events now as well. And so they're great for ages. We're figuring out age 6 and up is probably the youngest you want to see at an all ages events, because we're really taking a kid through the whole process of doing a painting like this, and they leave with something very similar to what you saw. So it's great to see the kids be so proud of their finished artwork at the end.
Now, so the whole process takes about how long, Janelle, for a paint night to happen?
It's 2 hours.
That's not
give or take, yeah.
And that's what the social. And you said a big part of paint night, probably the biggest part, next to creating the artwork, is the socialization aspect of it. True.
Exactly. So when we host a paint night, what we like to do is put everyone on the same table. So we like to have 2 long rows, and it's a big family party. So even if you come by yourself, maybe you're new to the Sioux, you don't know a lot of people, it's a great way to get to know people without feeling uncomfortable, because you're all doing something, the same thing together.
You automatically have something in common.
Yes.
Which is the canvas.
Yeah.
And the process, which again, I didn't understand until I saw what you did at Loud and Proud, which is you talk your guest, your part, your, what would you call them? Yeah, guests. You talk them through the whole process. So you say, okay, now we're going to do this. Well, we're going to demonstrate after the break. So you're going to actually see how Janelle, and I am not a good artist. Some people in my family, my sister recently started painting. Just took it up as a hobby. My uncle was a professional artist, but I never got that gene.
And I think that's unfortunate, because a lot of people say that to us, and it's not a gene necessarily. I think it's just a lack of practice. It's like any other skill in life.
And you know what else it is too? It's a fear of failure.
Yeah.
I have that thing where if I'm not the best, I don't want to try it. I don't want to do it if I can't be the best. So who knows why I've ever gone into television, but
well, it's about having fun.
That's the bottom line, is you can just let go of that and just say, you know what, just relax and let the art flow through you. And that whole atmosphere that I saw, like I said, the music and the people just having fun. And you wear a body mic. Do you wear that from a lot of things? Like a lot of the events, the bigger ones, you mean?
All of them. Because we like to pump up the music. It's a lot about the social aspect. So, you know, if a room is quiet, no one's going to talk.
Right.
And we want to encourage people to talk. And we say, don't worry about talking louder than me, because I have a mic.
You have a microphone, you can
I'll
talk
win.
over.
So.
All right, so listen, we're going to go to a commercial, and when we come back, we're going to move to the easels, and you're going to talk me through. I'm not going to be able to finish the painting because we don't have a whole hour this morning, but you're going to talk me through it, and I have some more questions for you about Paint Night.
Sounds good.
Stay with Janelle and I. We'll be right back. Mornings with Luann and Tim right after this message. Okay, so because it's Mornings with Luann and Tim, this isn't a real paint night. And if this were a real paint night, I'd be having cocktails. So instead I'm having coffee with my friend Janelle Tang. Janelle, this is a lot of setup you had to do here, and now you've explained to me that you and your team do all of this in advance. If I book you for a party, if I book a paint night, I don't have to do any of this stuff.
No.
You arrive, you set everything up, you create the palette for me.
Exactly.
You've taken care of everything.
Yeah.
And you even provide costumes. I have an apron. Okay, so what's the first thing I'm going to do to create this painting, Janelle?
Well, the first thing you need to do is you need to grab your paint.
Yes. I got my paint.
We have a paint plate, and we're also going to use this to mix the colors.
I mix on here.
You're going to be mixing too.
Okay.
So this isn't paint by numbers. We get that a lot. It's not paint by numbers. It's real painting, and you're going to be able to do it.
Okay.
Okay. So we want to grab. We're going to grab this flat round brush.
Got it.
Okay.
Yes.
And we're going to start with the lovely background. So we're painting this painting here, and it's called While Things Are.
It's called what?
Where Wild Things
Where
Are.
Wild Things Are. I
Yes.
can tell you where Wild Things are. Right here in our studio, Janelle. That's where Wild Things are.
So we're gonna dip it in the water a little bit just so it flows a little bit nicer.
Yes.
And we're gonna start by doing the outline of the moon.
The outline of the moon.
Yes. So you want to mix a lighter blue. So we'll just grab maybe a scoop of the white, put it next to the blue.
Scoop of the white next to the blue.
And just add a tiny bit of blue in there.
Just a tiny bit.
And then we're gonna mix it together.
Oh, look at me go.
Yeah, it's that easy.
Wow.
We break it down step by step. We try to make it as easy for everyone to paint. So you really don't need any background in art whatsoever. And it's really not about, you know, learning art. It's more about socializing. A lot about it is about socializing. So we're going to do a nice big moon top left corner. So you can use your brush and do a circle.
Oh.
Surprisingly, circles are hard to do.
I knew I had a teacher at St. Mary's College. His name was Father. Oh, I made my moon too small.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. It's a happy accident.
It's a happy.
So we'll just keep it like that.
That's how big my
the
moon
moon
is.
is further away.
Father Megan was his father. No, Father Megan, I think. Anyway, he said he could do a perfect circle.
That's impossible.
I know. Anyway, so now we're going to
So
keep
now you're just going to add a little bit of light blue around the circle.
around the circle.
Around
okay.
the circle.
Here we go. So now we're going to take a little. We're going to keep doing this,
Yeah.
and we're going to come back further along in our progress to see how we're doing. If this were a real paint night, we'd have music going.
Yeah.
And we'd all be socializing and talking to our friends and our and do people do this for fundraisers?
Yes. We did. I lost count of how many fundraisers we did, but we raised, since we started 3.5 years ago, we raised more than $80,000 for local charities and causes. So it's a great way to get together
Paint night.
and do something different for schools, for teens.
Schools, and you know, when we come, we're gonna keep doing this.
Yeah.
When we come back later on in our progress, I want you to tell me about this new venture you're doing. This about like team building for corporates,
yes.
for like
Sure.
businesses and stuff. Okay.
Sounds
So
good.
here we go. We're gonna keep painting, and we'll come
Painting.
back in just a minute. All right, so through the magic of television, we'll keep on going now. We've already finished my sky, and now we've blended our palette
Yep,
to
yep.
create this greeny color, and we're going to do the streaks now,
Now
right?
we're going to do some swooshes in the sky.
Swooshes in the sky.
Bringing it from the bottom, and
So
you can do a few swooshes
As
in the
we
blue.
do this, tell me about this, what is it called, when you do the corporate stuff?
It's called Collaborative Canvas.
It's
and
like a team building.
Yeah. It's something new that we're offering for team building skills for corporate events. It's where you work together. You can break your group in smaller teams, and you create a mural for your office space together.
So you actually work together as a team and create a joint work.
Yeah, and then you can fight over who gets the mural in their office space, and
Or if you have a common space like what do you call it, a lobby or something.
break room or
Break room, lobby. You could also put the painting out for everyone to enjoy it. And what is it when you're rates? Is it done by person, by event, or like how do you do your pricing? I'm not asking you to tell me how much. I'm just saying.
If you're interested in rates, the best thing to do is to to go to our website at paintnite.com, and everything is listed at the website. And you'll have information on fundraisers. If you're interested on hosting a fundraiser, you can go to paintnite.com, or doing a corporate event, a staff appreciation event. We offer all sorts of different, we can even do a birthday party or a bachelorette party. So there's lots of opportunities of different types of parties that we offer.
Well, that's amazing. Okay, so we're going to take a commercial break.
Okay.
When we come, we're going to continue to paint, and we come back, I want to talk a little bit more about how people can book you, and I mean the website obviously, but just logistics, what kind of space you need. Oh, hi, I'll talk over here. I was talking to her. What kind of space is required to do this kind of thing?
Sounds good.
And about licensing, in case you're doing it at a venue, okay?
Sounds
So
good.
stay tuned. I'm going to continue painting with my new friend Janelle Tang from Paint Nite, Sault Ste. Marie. I'm ready to add my flowers to my tree. You told me to do my blossoms like clumps of grapes.
Yeah, just dab it on in groups.
Tell me about how Paint Nite is beneficial to businesses in Sault Ste. Marie.
Well, we like to keep things local, so Actually, how Paint Night works is we go in various venues around town, and we take over the space. We take over the space on their slower nights. And so it's kind of an exchange of service. We bring in extra customers and they get extra customers to serve, and we get the space to paint and drink and have a great
So that's
time.
how you find the venues, is people come to you and say, I've got an idea, I've got a place, I want to do it. Also, you use local merchants to buy your supplies, don't you?
We buy all our brushes, all our easels, paint from Stone's office supplies.
We love Marnie Stone. Who doesn't? Everybody loves Marnie Stone.
And we get our canvases from Michael's.
Yay, great.
On second line, so that's great. And we like to keep things local. And so some of our local venues that we're hosting paint nights at
Yes,
right
tell
now.
me, where can we find some paint nights coming up? That'd be
We
great.
have our first ever venue was at Water Tower Pub, and we're still there.
Are you?
Yeah. And we also do events at Gino's Family Restaurant.
Oh, that's what I see all the time on Sue Online. I noticed the Geno's is always on there. They do it regularly, don't they?
Yep. Gino's Family Restaurant at Uncle Gino's Cafe. We also do paint nights at, where else do we do them? We do them at Sue Blaster. So a lot of our
great, down on
kids
Queen
friendly-
Street?
Yeah. So a lot of our kids events, we do them at Sue Blaster, which is kind of a nice place to do them because they can go play afterwards if they want.
Right on.
Yeah.
Janelle, tell me once again, if people want to book a paint night, the best way to contact you is how?
So if they want to book a fundraiser event or a private or corporate event, the best way to contact us is to go to paintnite.com, so N-I-T-E.
Yeah.
As for just going with your friends or a larger group even, for regular events, you want to go to the site again, paintnite.com, and then you just type in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, and you'll see all of our upcoming events in the calendar. So it's super easy to see where the events are held at, what date. Most people decide based on the painting, right? So which painting inspires them the most or works in their room or whatnot. So basically there's lots of different options we offer, and we have about 3 to 5, 6 paint nights a week, so there's lots to choose from.
We're not going to have time to do my owl, but how am I doing though? How's my
it's
tree looking?
lovely.
You know what I discovered? I kind of like the clumpy, like the globby. Can I leave it? Is it okay if I leave like a little globby? You know,
Yeah,
bloop, bloop,
and one
bloop,
thing
bloop.
that we like to do at paint nights is really recommend people to do their own thing.
To do your own thing.
Yeah, just because we're doing a certain painting, that doesn't mean you can't go rogue, and
You
we
know
really
what?
encourage that.
It's like I learned from interviewing that jazz guy that was just in town, Brahman Ali. There are no wrong notes, there are no wrong strokes. Do you like that?
Exactly, yeah.
All right, so listen, Janelle, Tang, we're going to hang out together and finish my painting, and I get to take it home. Ha 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 ha. Oh, all right, over there. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate the time you shared with us. I'm coming to a paint night. I'm going to book a paint night. I talked to you about that already.
Yeah.
And we'll be back with more Mornings with Luann and Tim right after this as we continue to create blossoms.
La la la.
La la la.
I can't tell you how impressed I am. Like,
Thank you.
seriously, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
I didn't know you had it in you.
Neither
What did
did I.
you say too? No wrong notes.
No wrong notes,
strokes?
no wrong strokes. Art is art.
Art is art. You're going to invite me when you have this, right?
I'm gonna host a paint night. I think I'm gonna see if I can do it for a rainbow camp, and you'll be there.
I'll be there.
And tomorrow we'll be here live, Mornings with Luann and Tim. See you on Friday.